We hot? Oh, we hot.
We hot.
The black is hot. The black is hot.
Can you hear her?
We hot.
Cause she ain't nowhere near a mic. Can you hear her?
The black. You can't. If you can't hear me through your headphones.
No, you just sitting next to me is why I can hear you.
Now why you wait until you make me press and then you get up?
You don't need me to open.
Hey.
I'm gonna put some hashtags on here.
This is such a ghetto show.
That's why we number one.
It's so hood.
That's why we number one.
Because we're relatable. We can relate to the people.
I can hear her fine.
That's why we number one on the internet market.
We can relate to the people.
What's happening, y'all? This is your girl, Lotus J. We live at the Vibe, HighVibe Media Marketing Group in Dallas, Texas. And I'm sorry, what? Can we clean it off, please? So, I'm sorry.
Daryl don't have a hissy fit.
This is our Tuesday night show.
Can't work under these conditions.
Do y'all know what my brother's nickname is? Squeaky. Squeaky.
I think I heard
Squeaky
that before.
clean. That's why. Squeaky clean.
Oh, you talking about this?
Clean about me.
You talking about this petty
Yeah.
G-Wop. Okay, I got you. And
Who,
his
Ray?
name-
Ray was just an egghead.
Who
Ray.
Ray?
My brother. You
Oh.
know Ray. His head look like them peanuts over there. But anyway,
we
this is our
would not
Tuesday
do
night
Ray.
show. Tuesday night show, the Black of the Berry, the OG for High Vibe Media Marketing Group. So what's
That's
happening,
right.
y'all?
What's
Nothing
up?
much.
So,
Well, now a lot is actually happening.
well, let's talk about what did happen first. The weekend.
Oh, the weekend.
The weekend.
Yeah, the weekend.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
What happened?
What you do? Let's start with you, Solar. Because
Dang
you look
it.
like you got something to talk about.
I don't really be having much. I didn't do anything this weekend, to be honest. Okay, I did. I did a lot of.
Uh-oh. This is like so back and forth.
I know. I hung out with my daughter because she was home. We went out to eat and stuff. But I think the bulk of the weekend. Dang, what did I do Saturday night? I felt like, I went to this amazing. It was like a banquet, like a fundraising banquet for a school.
What school?
I can't even think of the name of it. I've never heard of the school before. It's actually kind of like a Head Start center that's in Dallas.
We're not live, Lotus.
How we not live?
I don't see nothing.
Yes, we are, because I got it out here. But
How you don't see it and it's on your page?
I can't even remember the name of the school.
You
I
see
feel
it?
so bad.
See it now.
Oh.
But anywho, it's like a Head Start program, and what they do is that they cater to the community, to people who have been incarcerated, to homeless people. Like, they have services for
This in
those
Fort
people.
Worth?
No, this is in Dallas. But the school is for, it's kind of like a Head Start program for the children. So they service the children of those people, and they also have social services that they can kind of, I guess they connect them with. So it's a really cool idea, and they do this big fundraiser every year, and I had the privilege to go and enjoy the ambiance. The Pointer Sisters performed, so that was kind of awesome.
The real Pointer Sister?
Well,
The 80-year-old Pointer Sister?
Yeah, it was one original, and then it was her. It was her daughter.
One original.
Yeah, listen. It was one original
The Pointer
sister.
Sister.
But they were still called the Pointer Sisters, and it was her daughter and her granddaughter that performed with her. So I don't know what happened to the other
So
two.
it was generational. It was three of them.
Yes.
It was an original,
Uh-huh.
the second generation,
Yes.
Pointer Sister,
Now, we'll give
and
them
the
that.
third
At least they are
generation. That's
pointers.
cool.
Yeah. I got a picture with them and everything.
But not with the other groups who,
No.
80.
No.
Nah.
But they were really
But-
good, though.
Okay.
They were really good. So, but that was cool. It was at the Omni, so it was really
What
cool.
else happened this weekend? That
They
was
sing
good, though.
We
That
Are
was
Family
fun.
last. They sang We Are Family last.
With it.
We are.
No, they didn't.
No, that's Sister Sledge. That's
Oh,
Sister
Pointer
Sledge.
Sisters. Oh, yeah, I got to mix that with Sister Sledge.
That's Sister Sledge.
But,
Don't do that.
Oh, Pointer Sisters. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
know
about
just
1,000.
80, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, but they was jazzy up on that
I'm
stage.
trying to think
though.
of what they sang.
Pointer Sisters.
Shoot, I can't think of not one of their songs right now.
See,
I
can't
know
even
a
handle
couple
this.
of them.
I'm trying to think of the
Challenge.
hit song.
Oh God, I can't.
You got-
even
you
do
gotta-
that.
Can somebody send us a Pointer Sister
Can one of
hit?
y'all drop
I
a message
just
and let
can't.
us know what's a Pointer
They
Sister?
got- they
hit?
got some hits. I just can't remember
They
what
do,
they
because
were.
they sung two of them at the place. But anyway, after that, I had to take my daughter back.
I just know
and
the one they
it
sung
was
on
a
Car
crazy
Wash.
drive. Car Wash?
They was in Car Wash.
The movie.
Oh.
Okay, now I need to know.
Look it up. So, maybe, do we have music?
For what? It ain't segment time yet.
I'm just asking.
we got. Trust me, we got some music.
Okay. Okay.
I got some.
Oh.
I got some soul stirring music.
Neutron Dance. I wasn't never a real big fan.
I wasn't a fan of that one.
No, they got
Automatic. It was all right. Jump. That was
Jump.
all right.
Yeah, Jump.
I
is
wasn't
the one
never
that
a
I was
real
thinking.
big fan.
Jump it. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That's the one that I know.
Okay, that was fun
But,
weekend.
yeah, that had a pretty interesting weekend.
What about you, G Money?
I don't think I did anything.
You always
Yes,
do
you
something.
did. You want me to help you?
always
It was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much going on at Brick House this weekend. How do you feel like you didn't do nothing?
I know.
Well, I thought you meant for me.
Well, dang.
So, I thought you actually were asking
I'm
about.
just saying you did something.
I thought you actually
like
were
something personal.
concerned about if I had
Yeah,
fun.
what did you do?
Nothing.
Show
I
you
did nothing
You
for
know,
me.
have fun.
I did nothing for me this weekend.
Brick House is you, and you Brick House.
That's
Brick House
right.
is. I'm me. I'm
No, you're
Daryl.
Brick
Nah,
House.
you pretty much Brick
No,
House.
I'm not.
You're Brick House.
There
See, that's
is
the
no
problem
Daryl.
right there.
There is no Daryl.
See, that's the problem.
What?
I am not a building.
No, you're
I'm
a business.
human.
You're a business.
I'm Brick House.
Now you
I
are Brick House.
Brick House.
You are Brick House in every sense of the word Brick House. You
I'm
are
just
Brick
talking
House.
crap. That's all I'm doing. We ain't taking that
I
no
didn't do
further.
nothing.
You Brick House.
We are not taking
Where the
that
stage
no
play?
further. We had a lot going on. There was a
Three Kings.
I mean,
listen. This is what
My
happened.
Three Kings. That stage. Play.
There was a brunch, a play, a buffet, a poker tournament, and all of this is before
we
the
opened.
night.
Before we opened.
Ooh, y'all be working.
And then it was
And
step
then you had to do
dance,
stepping.
and then the rest of the night. And you didn't do nothing.
Not for me.
What else could you have had time to do?
Well, I could have been like on a beach, or at a casino, or at a movie, at a mall.
Well, guess
but
what?
No.
You was
wasn't.
at Brick House.
You was at Brick House. Where
All
it's poppin'.
day and
all the
all
time.
night.
That's all right. We grateful for those four walls and everything that goes on. Well, not everything, because it be so full.
Is that my page? We got people. Shout out Solar. Who we got?
Let's shout
Who
out
we
to
got
Felicia.
That's my sponsor for the night.
What's Felicia? How you say her? Do we
Y'all
need to
got
say her last name?
Guimont.
Guimont. Is she French?
Her husband is.
Oh, I like
He
that.
Creole. You'll
Shout
see
out
him.
to Felicia. Thank
He
you
a
for tuning in.
yellow dude with
He
some
look Creole.
wavy, like his hair got mayonnaise or something.
Mayonnaise. Daryl, I'm
She
sorry.
she put mayonnaise on his head. I'm telling you, I know her.
Is this Dewana? Am I saying the name
Dwayna.
wrong? Why you got
That's
me?
Dwayna.
Why you got me shouting out?
Ja'Cory. Where Ja'Cory been? Where he been hiding?
What up,
Where
Ja'Cory?
you been hiding? You got
Are
too
you
many.
saying her name right? Dwayna.
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 It's not Dwayna.
Dwayna.
Dwayne.
What's up, Dwayna?
Like how Whitley used to say, Dwayne. Dwayne.
Walt Mays, what's up? That's fam right there. How you doing?
Who is?
Walt Mays.
Rod Hill.
Y'all act like y'all
What's
got
up,
some friends.
Cowboy?
Sandra
Angela
Carter.
Rito Mosley.
She tuned in first.
Hey, Angela.
We gotta give her a shirt.
Wilmer Black now.
Who is your
Y'all remember Wilmer Black now? I wonder if he's still doing movie reviews. Keith LaWayne King. Y'all know Keith? It's Corvette. I think he's still the president of Corvette.
Hey,
Club.
Fifi.
Polo Rush.
Polo
Alicia
tuned in.
Monique.
Where you see all
That's
these
a lot of
names?
names, Alicia.
Mine ain't came
Alicia
up.
Monique Trelinder Jones.
That's too many.
Ruby Warden. What's up, Ruby?
How y'all gonna tell her how many names?
She, who is Ruby?
Ruby
that ain't Miss
Warden.
Ruby, is it?
Nah, my band.
G.
That's not. This is
Oh my
Ruby
God.
Warden. This my friend Ruby Warden.
Hey,
Sips.
Ruby Warden.
Sips tea.
Sips some
Sip
BJ. BJ Finn in the house.
I
Hey.
don't know none of them people.
Chandra, you know all them
I
people.
don't even know where he getting these names
You'll
from.
see BJ. I think Saturday.
Why?
I think they perform on Saturday.
Oh.
Chandra, Craddock, Weekly.
Hey. Shout out to her.
We'll shout to
Prayers, love to folks that's going through something. So I'm sending you
That's
some
all
energy.
of us,
It is, but some going through a little bit more than others.
That's right.
Like
without a doubt.
Yeah, so anyway, we send y'all prayers and loves and all that good energy stuff. All right, y'all, so let me see. Y'all didn't do nothing exciting over the weekend. I didn't.
You didn't do anything?
I worked. That's it.
You worked when you wasn't in the ambulance.
You know what? You know what? See, you be you.
I knew it was coming. I knew
I
it was
didn't think
coming.
you was gonna bring that up.
I did. Because
You
it's
want-
over
but
now.
You wanted me to, right?
No,
Come on.
I did
Come
not.
on, Solo.
Because it's over now. He know, like, if I was still, he wouldn't say nothing. But now it's like,
I know. Yeah.
I don't allow people to be sick around me.
We gonna
it's
beat.
not, I don't be acting sick.
No, I didn't say you did.
Oh.
We gonna have to beat you.
I'm gonna tell you
I don't
something.
believe in sick. Being
No,
sick.
no. I mean, really, people do have illnesses and are sick. But if you're around me, you just ain't gonna know. You ain't gonna remember you sick.
Because
we gonna have
we gonna kick
a
it.
ball, regardless.
That's how it's supposed to be, though.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
Yeah,
not
man.
healthy.
Be
You
sick
can't
when I
even-
leave.
You can't
But
even.
while I'm here, hey, let's.
You can't even
Let's
heal
enjoy.
properly if people always like stay focused on. Okay, you going through something. We see it. We know. We acknowledge. We with you. We down. All of that.
But let's get the
But let's
spirit
kick
right.
it so that we can get you over it.
Ooh,
And you
wee.
can't do that if you always being
I
sick.
guess because it's like mind over matter.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
some-
get
I used to have an aunt like that. Every time you saw her, how you doing? I ain't gonna say her name. So and so.
Something hurt me.
Oh, I'm tolerable. Huh? You what?
What?
I'm tolerable.
She was.
Tolerable. She was saying
Oh,
tolerable.
tolerable. I thought you was like tolerable
No, she was saying
or
tolerable.
tired.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, that can't be me.
but I ain't gonna.
You
say
ain't gonna know
what
nothing
aunt
until
that
you
was.
have to know it with me.
So what if somebody say, "Oh, it's going"? What that mean?
Cool. It's going good,
going?
and I'm walking
Okay.
off.
Ooh, that energy be getting me. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
you,
lie.
yeah, you don't want to be around heavy energy. You
I
know
can't
what I'm
do
saying?
it. I'm not
It's
gonna
not
do
so
it.
much as negative, but it's just
Well,
heavy.
I'll be around it to be an inspiration to you. But if you ain't trying to receive it and that's just where you want to be,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have to be there by yourself. Cause I can't.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna show you love. I could go home and pray for you. I ain't got to stay
I hope I
around
don't
that
get sick.
that energy. I'll take care of you. Now I feel bad, like I'm mean.
Why?
Cause I do. Cause I just can't be around people like that. That's just whining all the time.
Oh no, that ain't. You ain't gotta apologize for that.
I do.
Daryl show don't have to. Look at it.
Oh,
I
it's,
can't-
I
wait
can't
a minute.
survive.
I'm finna switch the subject. It's Aries season.
Aries Nation.
I meant to post about that.
We've been waiting on this since last
All my
year.
Aries
It's
stand
Aries
up.
season.
We gonna act a fool, and we may act a fool during the season of Taurus because we don't like them. Hey,
Oh my God.
I ain't said nothing.
Oh,
They ain't got nothing to get tired.
you got
They're a little bigger than us, and they got. We got bigger horns, but they'll like crush us
yeah,
if we had to.
but we don't care
battle.
about that.
We had to
We
battle.
don't care about that. We ain't never scared.
So, what y'all doing for y'all birthdays?
I don't even know, but we know what they doing. What
Yeah,
you
we
doing?
all doing. Solar, you were supposed to wear this on the blue night. Now what
No,
you gonna wear?
no,
Now what
not
you gonna
that.
wear?
This?
No.
Are you crazy?
Yes.
What you got a problem
He's
with this?
crazy.
Not for no Saturday night. No.
She said,
no.
"You got a problem with this?"
Not
Yes.
for Saturday night. No.
I do.
She's very cute. She looks very cute. But that ain't no Saturday birthday party outfit.
This is like.
I'm
Why
sorry.
would I wear this on Saturday?
You
Just
won't.
saying.
So come on. Let's
I don't
keep
know how much
let's
blue
keep
you
it
got.
moving.
Okay, let's go.
I'll
Where
go
we
get
at?
some
But
blue.
let's talk about your birthday though. So what you doing for your birthday? Tell us about it.
My birthday falls in the middle of the week, but that weekend, it's fire and
My
ice,
birthday
baby.
weekend.
It's fire and y'all see them red
I'm
dresses I
fired.
put out there trying to give y'all some ideas, ladies.
They fire too.
I threw some blue out there too. I'm
They
like,
icy baby. They icy baby.
man, we firing it up and freezing it up.
Man,
I'm telling you,
And
red is my favorite color, so
and blue is mine.
so Friday
So,
night,
it's on.
Friday night, April 6th. That is next Friday, y'all.
That's next Friday.
Next
That came
Friday.
too fast.
It's going down.
It's going down at the house. Now we doing basement party style. But grown
We'll
and
talk.
sexy, we don't know yet.
We'll
Okay,
talk about
we'll
it.
talk about it later.
We'll know tonight.
Saturday, we're starting off the day with a luncheon.
Yeah.
And our featured guest. Can you tell us about our featured guest?
Who's your feature guest?
Your sister.
Is my sister the feature or she just?
No, she's the feature.
Oh yeah, my sister's cold blooded.
Well, tell us about her. What can
I'm
we
gonna tell
expect?
y'all.
Why is
I'm gonna
she
tell y'all about my
cold-blooded,
sister,
girl?
huh?
Why? Go.
Cause she my sister.
Okay, that's
That's
one,
it.
That's one good reason. Next.
How many sisters you got?
4.
Okay.
They all cold.
Okay.
But she's the
Can you
omega.
can you tell us what?
She's
what
the
to
alpha. I
expect?
mean, she's the alpha.
Tell us what to expect from your sister.
Oh, she'll drop some nuggets on you. She gonna talk about the Lord.
The loud.
She gonna talk about the law a little bit.
Okay.
That's okay. We need the loud.
But she cold-blooded.
So, and what we're talking about, so April 7th, we're having a luncheon at Brick House at 11 o'clock. Everybody is welcome. It is called It's Our Time, and we are celebrating women. We're celebrating the accomplishments. We're going to talk about healthy relationships, and our theme for this year is It's Our Time, Health, Heal the Woman, Heal the World. So we're going to be focusing on that throughout the year with a couple things that we have lined up, and we're kicking it off on April 7th at 11 o'clock. You can get tickets on Eventbrite if you just go to eventbrite.com and type in It's Our Time, Arlington, Texas.
Show up,
you
show
will see,
out.
and it's going to be good. And it's not just for ladies. Brothers, we've
Men.
been having y'all back
Need-
forever.
need
It's,
to
y'all,
come
it's
out.
our time.
Man.
Brothers,
And we
come
need y'all to
out.
show up.
And
Come out.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be
support.
good. It's
Yeah,
going to
it's
be
gonna
really,
be
really
nice.
good. We have a dynamic panel of some strong women, and we have a great luncheon. We have vendors. We have some networking, some games, some giveaways. So we're going to have a good time. So we want y'all to show up.
It's gonna be on.
It really is. And then we're going to transform, and we kicking it icy style on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Wear your
Icy.
blue. That's a good color. It's a very pretty color.
Yeah.
Thank you. But don't wear a cardigan. On
What's a
Saturday.
cardigan?
Yes.
One of my servers text me and say, "Can I wear a cardigan?"
Yes.
I didn't know what she meant. I said, "Is that like a red shirt?" Because that's
Long as
all
it's a
you can
red
wear.
shirt.
Because that's all you can wear. I hope it is.
It's
I
a
thought it was a
sweater. She
hat.
could
I
put
didn't
it-
know.
She could put it on over
I
her.
said, "Is that a hat?"
She could put it on over her shirt. It's just a sweater.
No, she can't.
Why? They get cold.
Not on Friday, Saturday night. You don't.
Well,
It ain't ever cold. In
I
there.
guess y'all got to freeze.
I thought it was a hat. I was like, no,
So now that you know it's not a hat, she still can't wear it.
nope.
You just don't want to be wrong.
No, it's a sweater. She can't wear a sweater.
What if she's cold?
I don't know. I don't know how she can be cold.
Okay,
She
we're
just have
done.
to
When
wear a
everybody
long-
else is hot.
Wear a long john up under her shirt. Can she do that?
No. Oh yeah, she can do that. She can wear the cardigan under her uniform.
You not wear no sweater under a sweater under your shirt.
I said a long
Keep you,
john.
as long as
No.
it'll keep you warm. I mean, that's the rule.
Okay, well that's the rule.
Where we got? Has she
Uh,
done the announcements yet?
No, not yet.
No, we've been talking.
Did you do those announcements right there?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. No, we just did our weekend. So come on, let's go.
Let's go. I know they're waiting on us.
Announcements.
All right, y'all. So on Mondays from 10 to 12 p.m., we have Speak Up. These are our shows at HighVibe Media.
How
and
you get a
Marketing
Monday
Group.
morning show?
What you mean? How I get them?
10 in the morning? What? They don't
college
have jobs?
students.
Oh, they college. Okay, now that makes sense.
There you go.
But
So-
they work. You know how college students work at nighttime,
At night,
whatever.
yeah.
So on Mondays, every Monday
I
here
love
at
they
High
show.
Vibe, we got Speak Up, 10 to 12 p.m. So y'all tune in. I'm sure they have something. You know, young people, they are.
They a lot smarter than we were back then.
Yes.
They actually
think outside
study.
of the box.
They study
Yes.
and have meetings
Because
about
ain't
their
neither
show.
one of y'all ever done no research on this show.
What
What have you done?
That's a bold-faced lie.
Gonna
Let me
fall
get through
for
these.
it.
Let me get through these announcements. Also on Mondays from 6 p.m. to 7:30, we have the conversation. We got 3 shows on Monday, and from 8:30 to 10 p.m. straight from the hip.
Is that why I can't find you on Monday?
Yeah, because she got
I'm
3
working.
shows lined up.
But not no more because Zion is back, so he in the studio, not me.
That's what's up. And of course, every Tuesday night here at High Vibe from 8 to 10 p.m. we got what?
The OGs.
The black of the berry, the
OGs.
OGs.
Hey.
Hey.
And on
We're a little
Wednesday-
partial to the black of the berry.
I mean, it is the blacker the
It is
berry.
the black of the berry.
I mean, on Wednesday nights from 8:30 to 10:30 at night, we have The Situation. It's a live show right there at Brick House Lounge in Arlington. So
I got
you
a
can
question
come
about that,
out.
too.
You can come out. You can ask questions. You can drink. You can eat. You know, listen, get feedback, all of that. So
Get
come out
involved
on
in the
Wednesday night.
conversation.
And also, if you're interested in hosting your own show here at High Vibe Media and Marketing or advertising with us, you can contact us at 972-882-6146, or you can hit us up on our High Vibe Media and Marketing Facebook page or the Black of the Berry Facebook page for more information, or if you just need to reach out because you want to advertise your business, because that's the only way businesses make money, if people know about it. So we got to do some advertisement.
Yep.
Got to.
Yep.
Did you? Oh, we ain't got to say.
What's your question?
Yeah,
I got 2 questions. If the phone rings right now, where is it?
I'm on it, man.
Gotcha.
I'm on it.
Since when did we change the name to the situation?
Well, sometimes it's a man point of view. Sometimes it's a woman point of view.
And?
Sometimes we brought them all together and we
Right.
called it the situation.
Got it.
You don't remember having
Boom.
this conversation?
Nah, I wasn't a part. I wasn't at the
Yes,
meeting.
you
I wasn't
were.
at the meeting when this happened.
He has such selective memory.
The
Yeah,
situation.
That's okay.
He has
Gotcha.
selective memory. You don't read. You the one. It was your idea.
I ain't never heard that name
It was
before.
your idea.
No, it was not.
Who y'all gonna believe?
What's next?
I just want y'all to drop a
That ain't
message.
no-
in
believe-
here.
that was
Whoever
not
y'all
me.
gonna
Lotus.
believe. You smart.
You
But
ready?
that's what we
Who going
going on
first?
right now.
You going
My
first
thing
since she did
is,
the announcement?
I think that people should just tune in to HighVibe Media. There's an app.
Period.
Download the app and just, check in from time to time because we
Okay.
always have new
Ain't no
shows.
app no more. That's okay. We ain't even gonna backtrack. We just gonna keep.
We always have new shows popping up, and hey,
If you can't find the app, it's your phone.
it's definitely
You
your
need
Just
to
look us
upgrade.
up on social media.
Yeah, look us up on social
We
media,
easy to find.
and you can go and see our past shows on YouTube as well.
Okay,
You going first?
I can.
So, let me say this right
you gotta
now.
set her up.
Oh Lord, you got
The-
disclaimers. Anytime
the
it's
show-
a disclaimer,
Yeah, the show needs healing. The world needs healing.
okay.
Right.
Is this like you need
Right.
a shoulder to lean on? I remember some song, Whitney Houston.
So we
Let's
got
go.
we all got church songs.
I need a
for our-
long song because I gotta look
I
up
got you.
mine.
You,
Yes, go ahead. I'm always.
ready? Okay.
Let's go. Come on.
we all got church songs.
Okay.
Bless the Lord.
I guess we need some healing.
I know. I
It
do.
better be them kind of songs that make you want to stand up and
Praise the
shout.
Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. Especially you.
Oh, wait, stop. I gotta get this
We are
announcement.
gathered here.
I went to church. That's a big deal.
When did you go to
That
church?
needs its own segment right there.
And I loved it.
When did you
And
go to
it was
church?
very different. It was that Sunday. Not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before that.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
You sat on that for a whole week.
Well, I was
Well, you can
sick.
tell.
Hey.
You can tell when people get sick. they don't know where you at, Lord.
Shut up. I went to church on Sunday. I got sick on Monday.
They've been to church
He
in
lied.
9 years.
Maybe I
As soon
got
as those
sick because
stomach start hurting, Lord.
maybe I got sick because
need
I
you.
went to church.
I need you, Lord.
I got sick on Monday. I went to church that Sunday.
The devil say, you gonna go to church? Okay,
I'm
got
putting it
something
on
for you.
you.
I got
something.
you.
I'm
I
putting it
thought
on
you
you.
were down with me.
I put it out.
You gonna go? You
Shut
gonna
up.
go this Sunday?
Give me my music. No,
Here
I ain't
you
making
go.
that promise. This is Easter
For the
Sunday.
first annual
Oh, I sure ain't going to Easter.
choirs, amen? Amen. We got folk choirs going head to head. We about to give
What?
God a lit praise. Hey, hey.
He said a lip
Oh,
praise.
shabba. I'm not gonna make y'all wait any longer, and I got to pee. So, ladies and gentlemen,
I got the pee.
the battle of the choirs.
This is Lotus. Thing. Sing along if you know it.
I can't sing with that.
It sound like some men.
They sound slick though.
I'm gonna let it shine. She said, oh, come on, stir up. I said, go ahead. She said, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Let it shine.
sound
Let it shine. Like
hip
Ready,
hop.
Lotus?
no, give me one more.
Hip
Oh,
hop.
you want more? Oh, she ain't
That
ready
sound
yet.
like hip hop mixed with gospel.
Jesus, I died for you. Jealousy cried for you. Do things when you want me to. Like controller. Like controller.
What was that?
That's too much. They playing with the Lord, I swear.
You a heathen.
It's gospel.
Like controller.
You ready?
Yes. Okay. It's a quote. I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word. Who said that? Don't be over there trying to look it up.
I
He
ain't
said,
looking at it. I'm texting.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Your quote was so long that I think we both.
we kind of zoned out.
She fell asleep and he started texting.
So what did you say after the first 4
I
lines?
don't know.
What was the first 4 lines? I'm gonna say the rest of it.
I don't even know.
I have a dream.
That one day,
That's what I'm dealing with.
all
man.
men will be created equal.
Can you read that one more time?
And
Let's listen,
brotherly
Solo.
love. Okay.
Let's listen this time.
I'm sorry.
Say it one more
Feeling like
time,
I'm dealing
Lotus.
with 2 kids
Let's say it one
all
more time.
the time. Okay, I'm gonna read half of it because y'all attention span. I'm just gonna read a line. I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality.
Period.
What you got?
That's a shame.
That
What
was
you got, Solo?
I don't know. I'm gonna say Booker T.
Wrong. What you got?
I'm a. Oh, she a little soft.
Yeah,
She ain't never
I
just
am.
said it like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I am.
Usually let you down easy.
Due to the length of the speech, whoever this is had to have written books or poems. Langston Hughes.
Wrong.
Okay, who was it?
Whoever it was a great speaker.
Y'all
And-
say the same person every week, and this week you don't say it.
Well, I started to say Martin Luther King because you said
Martin Luther King. That's who it is.
when she said like peace, just peace, non-violent. That's Martin Luther King.
And she
Oh, my
said something
God.
about all men created equal.
Yeah, that's Martin.
Oh my gosh.
You read Solo?
Yes.
For deliverance I receive. Ooh, you said you deliver me, and that's what I believe.
You don't know that song?
Yes.
We're gonna remix it.
I didn't cut deliverance.
About to remix
Cut
it.
deliverance I receive. Too high, you need to cut it. Cut it. That's what I
Oh my
believe.
God, you
How
are such
need
a
to cut
diva.
it.
Need to
You
cut it.
need to cut it.
Oh my god.
Send me that. That's so
Need to
cute.
cut
That
it.
is hilarious.
That's cute.
What you got, Solo?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to talk about. Okay, let me tell you how I stumbled upon this. My son got braces yesterday, right? And I'm sitting there, and I never knew how they like applied braces. So I was watching, and then I was like, dang, I wonder who invented like braces, right? And so then I researched it, and come to find out, it comes from Egypt. Are y'all shocked?
I'm not.
Okay. Well, it comes from Egypt. There's this guy. I'm gonna see if I can pronounce his name.
Because that's us, right?
Yeah, that's us.
Egypt is in
Egypt
Africa,
is
baby.
black. Yeah.
And if it were any people need their teeth straightened, it's us. So that's why.
You know what? You better stop. No, cavemen need their teeth straight,
What's a caveman?
chewing on bones. And
What's a
stuff.
caveman?
That ain't black folks.
Yeah, I don't know what a caveman is.
A man from the cave. Anyway, so there's this guy. His name is Hisi Ra. I hope I pronounced that right. Or Hisire. He is the first named dentist in ancient Egypt and in the world. And he served up under the Pharaoh Dozer around 600 BC. So he had these, I think he had like a lot of different skill sets. So he held many, many titles. But one of his titles was Doctor of Tooth. And then
Doctor of Tooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doctor of Tooth.
Okay.
The
and
tooth
then
doctor.
Chief of the King's Scribes. So I think he's really more so known for he's known for like his beautiful like masonry brickwork, if I'm saying that correctly. I think
Yeah.
it's like brickwork, but he's also known as being like one of the first dentists ever, right?
Wow.
He's credited with recognizing periodontal disease. That's when you have basically gum disease, right? Or some
Yeah.
type of a mouth disease
Right.
where you don't floss or take care of your teeth properly. He did dental bridges, reconstructed teeth with gold or silver wire. And I'll post some pictures on our page. But what it looks like is when they reconstructed the teeth, they took wire and they wrapped it around the tooth that was probably loose or had fallen out. And they attached the wire from that tooth to another tooth that you had, like a good tooth, right? So to keep your teeth in line.
So what they use to make the tooth stay?
They didn't have anything, like, I think they just like wrapped
So the
wire.
tooth was just hanging by the wire?
Yeah, but it was in there, but it was
Wow.
just, hanging by the wire.
That sound kind of.
I know.
It's better than not
But
having a
it's-
tooth, though.
But it's ancient, you know what I mean?
So when
I'd
was
rather
that?
have a tooth just hanging than not have it.
Back in 16,
I got it. It's just hanging a little
It's
bit.
hanging.
back
It's
in
in here.
1600 BC.
I don't eat on that side, but
That's pretty impressive.
It really is interesting when you actually like read about all the intricate details,
Did they show a
because
picture of them?
they have mummies. Yeah, they have mummies where they found mummies that that show that their teeth are constructed or reconstructed or whatever. But what they're unsure of is if they did it for burial purposes or if they did it, prior to
Right.
them dying or whatever.
So, if back in the mummy days, if the mummy had teeth, it ain't no excuse for nobody in 2018 not to have a.
You being petty
At least in
right
the
now.
front part.
This
I'm
is
serious.
This is not the petty segment. I know you are. You serious about all of your.
I'm just trying to intertwine in your segment, but okay, I'll shut up.
But also, the Mayans, they're credited for being masters of cosmetic dentistry. So
Really?
so they did like jewelry. Well, they did like precious stones. Like they'll embed it in your teeth. They'll drill a hole and make sure that they don't, because you can't just drill a hole anywhere in somebody's mouth.
Right.
But they'll drill a hole and put like precious stones and jewels and stuff like that in their mouth.
So that's where we get that from.
Yep. Or they'll carve like little notches or grooves.
I bet it was a little more
In their
classy
mouth?
than them dang on. Well, never mind. People like them grills.
Yeah. But I'll post a picture of that too. So they found an Egyptian mummy that had gold band around her, or I'm saying her, but around its teeth, and it's believed that they used that band to also close like gaps in their mouth, and they intertwined it with something called catgut wiring. And I had to look that up because
Catgut wiring.
yes, I was like, am I saying this right?
Ew.
Catgut? But I looked it up, and what it is the intestines of an animal. So it's some type of
Who
natural
even, see,
fiber.
I can't even get with that. That's when
It's
you
in
lose
the
me.
it's in the walls of the intestines. But I mean, if you look at a lot of the stuff that we consume or eat, you know what I'm saying, or use on our skin, it probably comes from some weird place too.
I'm sure it does, but I don't
So,
want to know about
but we
that.
don't-
That is
Yeah.
the weirdest place, though.
The weirdest.
Well, but that's just what it is.
Say, I'm gonna tell you. I understand where that brother was coming from,
Where was he
because
coming
after
from?
I got my braces, I thought they were going like, cause they were a little rigid, top, bottom. I'm like, oh, ain't you gonna like file them down for me now? She's like, well, that would be blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh no. I'm gonna stop by Walgreens, get me a fingernail file, and
No.
I stopped by Walgreens, got me a fingernail file,
Oh,
and I
Yo,
sent. Yeah, it's nothing. It's like a fingernail. It's the same
my
material.
God.
It's bone.
That's
does
bone.
that?
But this is,
Swear to God, I
It's
did
more
all
like-
my teeth
I
myself.
swear to God, I believe you.
I did.
but you know
'Cause
what?
I had like a little tip, and they were rigid, and I just filed it a little bit by day, and that was cool. So I'm like, I saved about $800,
If you think about
and I
the
took some
Egyptians-
tweezers one time,
Uh-uh.
and like when I left corporate, I had no insurance.
you know what?
I swear to God, you can get plaque off your teeth with some tweezers.
You know what? You can.
I'm
Yes,
telling
can.
you.
Matter of fact, anything
This stuff
that's
ain't
great-
magic
you
they
can do
doing.
a
People just
flossing
think
stick.
it's like a dentist is the only
You
person
can,
can do
you
that.
really can. He's
No,
right.
I'm telling
Matter
you.
of fact, you can go and
I
buy
ain't
the
making it up.
tools.
This is a true story.
You can buy the tools that they use to scrape
And
that
do
off
it
your teeth.
yourself.
You can. You actually can.
But who can do, like, I couldn't even. the
Loaded, I'm
Lord-
telling
If
you,
you
it's
trying
like
to
filing
say-
your fingernail. It'll be
That's
like,
crazy.
If you're trying to save some money, you will.
I ain't have it.
But if you look at
I
Egyptians,
ain't
Right
had
on that one.
if
And
you
I know I'm Egyptian.
But if you look at Egyptians, and
How
we
you know you Egyptian?
that they're architects,
I'm
right?
from Africa.
So why wouldn't they be able to do stuff with the mouth?
Can.
You know what I
Phone
mean?
is that?
That's mine. That's
Oh.
my daughter.
Mm.
My baby
Hey, I
girl.
forgot to tell y'all, Naya's back.
Hey,
Nah,
Naya.
is she visiting? Is she here for good?
No,
No,
she's just visiting.
she's visiting. She's visiting. Hey, sweetheart.
All right.
You done?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh. to go with this?
It's
song?
time for. I don't know if we could do glasses of church music.
Oh
You
my.
better have some church.
That
I
ain't
don't
no
know why- I
real.
don't know why you can't.
That ain't no real church music.
I don't know nobody else that come up with this foolery.
Did you hear they cuss?
Something about the name Jesus. It is the sweetest name. I know me.
Lotus knows his
Oh,
church
how
song.
I love the name Jesus.
I mean, she comes from a church
Ooh,
family.
oh, how I love the
Then
name
how I know all them other songs?
You come from
Because
a.
it's your rap. You come from a rap family too.
I know.
Makes me clap my hands.
All right.
You know
That's
what?
slick though. I actually like them. I wanna.
Petty Wop in the house.
Yeah.
What up, Petty?
What's going on?
You was already.
Ladies, don't ask me how old you look. Because I will tell you.
How old do I look? Tell the truth.
52. You
You
want to go?
a lie.
Do you want to take this?
Yes,
do you want to take
you
this
Yes,
chance?
how old do I look?
Solo, you look younger than Lotus. You look about 43. You look a
Okay.
lot younger than Lotus.
Okay.
Dang.
How old are you, literally though?
I'm not gonna even say.
I
So
look 52.
I don't like when people ask me how old they look, because I'm gonna tell them.
Are you being mean or do I really look 52?
You ask? I told you.
Gee,
Just saying.
ask me how old you look.
I'm not gonna ask you because I don't.
Anyway.
I don't want to know.
Right.
I know you lying. I don't look no damn 52.
She about to jump down your throat
That's all you got.
No, I got something
and
here.
pull
though.
out your tonsils
Come on.
because you speak lies.
We have to wear shades and all that. You better come on.
I know. We should be doing a dance with this. Lean with it, rock with it.
These young people got to stop smoking so much weed.
Why?
Agreed.
Because I want them to save some for me when I get
Whatever.
60.
They got K2 for you.
What's K2?
Medical lab.
I don't want no medical
Laboratory
marijuana.
science experiment.
I want the marijuana that make you high and just where you can just sit
You
on
want
your
that
porch
good,
and
good.
rock. Yeah.
You want that purple.
That fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, that's-
What's that song? You know about that purple? Go
I
ahead.
don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
That song. It's a song. Mystical. You don't know the song.
We don't know.
I'll
I
play it
don't
for you
know.
later.
We
You can play it for me
confused.
later. And this one is going to lead into the topic. I mean, it's one of the current events.
Okay.
It's just hard.
Out here for a
It's
pimp.
hard for black folks. This is for whatever America, Hispanics, whites, Asians. It's just hard for us as black folks.
It's just hard.
To honor the Pledge of Allegiance, the Star-Spangled Banner, my country, 'tis of thee, the Constitution, the
It
Emancipation.
don't apply to you.
It's just hard when you gunning us down constantly and going free.
That's a good.
And it
segue.
just happens to us.
Yep.
So when y'all mad about black folks don't want to stand for the anthem and all, it's a reason we don't want to stand for that crap.
It don't apply.
Because you gunning our people down. And okay, you want to gun somebody down, but you can't walk. You can't gun nobody down and walk.
You're not adhering to the very.
You
thing
can't
that you're
just keep
preaching.
shooting us down and think
Mhm.
we supposed to just be kumbaya to all of these, whatever these constitutions.
But
and
the sad thing
emancipations.
is, to be very honest and true. Never mind. I'm going into something
Yeah,
different.
yeah, it's about to get real.
Yeah.
we in it. We going right into it. Current event.
Leading into
The cops that shot, or the cops who
It
shot
was two
Alton
cops.
Sterling on the ground. They
Oh.
said, "Hey, y'all did a great job. You shot. He was reaching for his gun. You killed him. You had him on the ground, and you had to kill him." It ain't making no sense. It's not adding up. How you can just keep shooting these brothers and walking?
I'm gonna tell you something though. To be very honest, what's more hurtful to me is the black people that don't open their mouth and say nothing.
I'm saying something.
That's what's more hurtful, is the ones who allow it to happen and act like they don't see. If it doesn't hit their doorstep, they have nothing to say. That's a problem.
And I hear policemen say all the time, it happens on both sides.
No, it don't. Not like that, it don't.
I just have a
And
problem.
that boy went into...
I just have a serious problem because it ain't like whoever it's happening to can't show it, just like we show, you know, when the black people are getting gunned down. So where's the evidence of this? We hear about it, but where's... Somebody's got video, nobody's got video, or
No,
nobody cares. So
ain't no video.
as far as I know, it's only happening to us. 90%. I would say 90 and then 10 to them. Because I mean it's just becoming ridiculous ain't even a harsh enough word. So the cops in Louisiana, he had a gun in his pocket and they had him on the ground. It's just funny. This is what I think though when it comes to police.
Set the story up for
police
people
killer.
that
He
are
was
not
the guy
familiar.
who I forget what exactly he was doing, but I know he was standing up and they were trying to tell him to do something and they tackled him and they wrestled him to the ground and he had a gun in his pocket and they shot him while they were both on him. And I mean the gun was in his pocket. I don't think the gun ever came out, but they justified in killing him.
There is no justification in that.
There's not.
And this is my point. I wouldn't really have, if that's your policy, that's cool. But why does it only happen to black folks?
If what's your policy, that's cool.
If your justification is he had a gun, but why does it only happen to us?
It happens
If you're
to us
saying
all
that's
the time.
policy, what I think they do, and this is, if you're a cop, you can call in, comment, whatever. This is what I think. They have laws as to you can shoot somebody if they do this, or you don't have to. You can use whatever force you deem necessary. It's just the fact that whatever force is the ultimate, which is shooting somebody to death, is what they use in a lot of cases against black folks. And anybody else can get the taser or get talked to or get whatever, hold a hand. Like this, I mean, the guy who went in and shot up the school, it ain't no way in the world you can tell me he's supposed to come out alive. I don't give a dang if he came out with his hands up. He's supposed to be gunned down like the animal that he is.
And that's the injustice right there. You're killing innocent people, or it just seems like black people are targeted more, and it's almost like it's ingrained or etched in police officers' minds that black people are more dangerous.
Here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're not.
It's been years and years and years, as long as this country has been in existence, they don't see us as humans. So you don't feel the same remorse
Now, of course,
for killing a wild dog as you do somebody's child. But that's how they view us. We are not the same.
Of course, for the sake of argument, we are not saying every white cop or every...
We know that.
So for you people who say,
people
no,
that's
there are some good cops. Yes, we
Okay.
know that. We understand that.
We know that there are some good people out there.
We're just saying there are some cops who would sooner gun down a black person than to step on a ladybug.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I can't harm that ladybug. I wouldn't dare kill a butterfly.
They don't
But they will
exactly.
gun a human being down and not even being threatened. Like, just saying all of these circumstances are minor circumstances that, because I saw on it was Live PD that this guy he had a knife. And
What's Live PD?
It's a live PD show where they follow cops
police.
live.
So it's kind of like Cops, the show Cops.
Yeah, but it's live. It ain't scripted. They don't edit it. It's whatever happens, it just happens.
And you see it.
And I mean, there's a guy in his camper saying, "I'm gonna kill y'all. I got my stuff right here," and it's like this dude is saying
going
he's
to
about
hunt.
to shoot you.
No.
and kill you.
That means he is preparing to hunt.
But I'm saying he's in his camper and they're going to, and they talk and they talk and they talk and they talk.
But when somebody says that their goal is to kill somebody,
like I'm about to kill you.
That's
that is hunting.
Yeah,
that's hunting a wild
But
animal.
I honestly feel like white men or white people feel like black people are more dangerous, period.
And we're not.
And that's why they respond in that way.
But we are
just
not.
Like the same thing with what's his name? Stephon Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name?
The one
like
in California.
Yeah, in Sacramento, California. They honestly, he's 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? He was not armed. They said he was walking towards them with an object in his hand, right? So a phone is a phone. I mean, he could have been pulling out his phone to call into the house for them to open the door. He could have been trying to get this on video because, you know, that's what we do now. Whenever the police come around, we want to make sure that we have some evidence to support, you know, whatever's going on. But they gunned him down. 20 shots.
Right.
In the dark.
Right.
They gunned him down. So I honestly feel like they just feel like black people, primarily black men, are just more dangerous. I think they're even trained.
But where's the evidence of that? There's no evidence
I think that's in training, though.
I don't even think it is in training. It is.
I don't think that's in training because they can't legally train that way. It happens way before they even get to training.
I'm going to tell you how they can do it. No, I'm going to tell you how they can do it.
It happens before you get to training.
But listen, I'm telling you, because when they're doing those, I don't know, what is it called? Like those make-believe scenes or whatever where the thing pop up and that person may have a gun and maybe somebody with a child. They may have, it's almost like the training could be, you can have more black people or more, you know, dummies.
No, they get around
with
that
guns.
because they're using white figures.
Nah, I don't know.
I'm telling you, Solo, they get around that
yeah,
sort
I've been
of stuff.
in that. That's not so much. I've been
this
in the
happens
police.
Before they get to the academy.
In a police
it's already
academy.
ingrained in you that
about.
Black people are a threat. And there's no proof that black people are any more a threat to the cops than anybody else.
And you got to think about their parents. Okay, so we're dealing with a generation of children whose parents come from the 50s and 60s, right? And their grandparents come from the 20s, you know, come from that era where there was like, you know, noticeable racism and all of that. So they're coming from that era. Because when I look at the students that are coming up behind me, like the high schoolers, they are more open-minded to race.
Right.
You know, all the races, black, white, Hispanic, they're open, and even Asians or Chinese or whatever. Like they're more open to race and to differences and things like that, right? And they're doing all kind of new stuff, and they're even talking about it. So I honestly believe, like, once this, like, our age group
not gonna happen,
of people die out.
No, it's not gonna happen.
You don't think
you
so?
know how long
No.
they've been saying that? They've been saying that forever.
But
it's
there's
not
no
gonna
more
happen.
influence.
Yes, it is. You still got 8-year-old racists that are being taught to be racist or to not like black. It ain't gonna die out. So we can stop saying. You know how many generations they've been saying after this generation, after this generation?
Here,
no.
we got a caller. Let's see.
How do you think Trump got elected? It's the same mentality.
It's
it
the
ain't going
old
nowhere.
people from that time period.
No, it's not. It's generations of being taught that it ain't about to die out. Trust me. This is America.
Let's see what our caller thinks. Who do we have online with us?
This is Alika Amin.
Hey, sis. What are your thoughts on that?
I just wanted to step in and say something about the police and the incidents. Yes, they are trained to target us as a people. Also, you have to know the history of the police in order to understand why they do what they do. It began, if you don't already know, many years of slave patrol, and it has continued
the slave
to
catchers
do that up until present day. So it has not changed, and it will not change because we are a threat to them. As Francis Cresswell Welsing says, you know, we have the ability to annihilate them as a people as far as genetics go. They are afraid of us. They know what they've done to us as a people. They think we're going to do to them what they've done to us.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that it's trained? Not that I don't agree, but I'd just like to know what do you have to back that up? I do understand what you're saying as far as the history of the police officers came
Their
from
action.
being the slave catchers, and that's how, and KKK. But why do you say now that they are actually trained when it comes to black people?
Look at when they pull, how they target us in certain neighborhoods. Their actions prove it. They pull us over. We may be in a nice car, not speeding, not doing anything. They do target us. There are a lot. It's a lot in their training on how they target us. It's actions. We don't have to do hearsay. They show us every day
Yeah, that's true.
in their actions that it doesn't matter who we are, even a fellow police officer. It doesn't matter who they are. Look at the black police officer that killed the white woman. It doesn't matter. They're never going to stand up for a black person.
Right.
Period.
I
Not
agree.
gonna happen. They do it to their own.
I
And I
understand.
mean, all
Not
the
as
black
much, though.
officers, that's what I mean. They go through it too.
Oh.
But they take an oath. They take a vow of service. And they don't give a damn about you being black. And as a police officer, a judge, a politician, they're going to treat you the same way they treat all the rest of us. They think you a nigger.
And see, this is where I differ. Thank you.
Thank you, sis, for tuning in.
This is where I
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
This is where I difference of opinion from what she's saying. I don't think you can openly train to say, you can't just have police training unless you're in Hoboken, Mississippi or whatever, and you got, 10 white officers and y'all all racist. You can't openly say, we want you to discriminate, we want you to pull over black people.
They're not
they
saying
can't
it
say
like that,
but
Daryl.
my point is, if I went to a police academy, they can't make me a racist because I ain't a racist, But a person who goes in as a racist,
So you saying
you
that
don't
the
have to.
foundation
You don't
is there,
even have
already
to
there.
say. We don't even have to talk about when we go out today. We're gonna pull over some black folks. We ain't ever gotta say that. If you're a racist, you ain't gotta say it. You just go out and do it because that's you and that's in you. I don't think you can train people to be a racist. I think that is ingrained in you to be one. That's my point.
Melissa said it's a mental conditioning, news, TV, etc. And when they do scenarios, they do use images.
Yes.
So she was agreeing. I just want to, and I'm not saying that it's true or it's false. I just want to know. So if we have any police officers that are watching, if you all could drop a line or call in and let us know about the actual training, because I like to put factual information out there. And not that I don't agree, but I just want to be able to say, yes, this is what
This
they
is
do
absolute,
based
yeah.
on, and then there's some facts there. So if we have any officers or anybody that does have anything to provide as proof, please give us a call at 972-882-6146.
And this is why I every week on this show at some point in time get this in to where we're missing the picture. It ain't about it's not about marching. It ain't about looting. But if you want to do that, I'm cool with it. I ain't gonna stop somebody from doing something just cause I ain't gonna do it. But for me, the importance is black folks putting people who look like us into office so we can have, even if the cop does do something like that, we need to be able to be on that jury or be that judge or whoever, so we can say, no, you ain't gonna cloud my judgment and tell me some technical, no, what you did was wrong, bro. You shot this dude, you didn't have to. You going to jail. So we need more of that and less of all the other stuff. That's how we gonna make a difference.
See, your
And
position,
one more thing,
okay,
then you go. We cannot let people trick us into thinking what we're seeing is not what we're seeing.
Right.
We got sense. We got common sense. You can't keep telling us, no, he was wrong. He shouldn't have done. No, we're not crazy.
right?
We don't want to hear about your stats. What we see is what we see, and what you're doing, we can see it, and you ain't gonna trick us into believing what we seeing ain't what we seeing.
And I agree that the political move is a very powerful move, but I also am about that economic position too. Like, we can do nothing without some economic power, and that is why it is so extremely important for us to support and to understand the value in spending money with your own, because when we do become economically and financially independent, we are in position. We have more power. We ain't got no power because we ain't got nothing. We don't have any people in politics, and nor do we. And it takes money to even do that. And we need to have our people supporting the politicians so that they can push our agendas forward. Because in all honesty, even the politicians, and I do think that it's important, but they work for who support them. They work for who support them. And that's why we got to have the money to support these politicians, because they really kind of almost owe you once you put them in office. But this is a good time for us to talk about our sponsors for the evening, too.
Oh, it is. Yes, because we have major support for the Black of the Berry.
I'll announce mine at the end, but go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and announce mine. I want to give a shout out to ProCare Home Care. It's a home health care center service out there in the Fort Worth area. And what they do is anybody that has some type of medical need or medical assistance, they need medical assistance at home.
Are we switching?
You can call.
No,
You can reach out to.
I just wanted to throw out.
You can reach out to ProCare Home Care, and they will send someone out to kind of assist you in just general stuff. Like usually it's a lot of elderly people that they service, but there is no age limit. It can
What's
be
the name of that
children.
again?
It's called ProCare Home Care.
Got it.
So thank you, ProCare Home Care, for supporting HighVibe Media and Marketing Group and for supporting the Black of the Berry. We salute you. We appreciate you. If y'all need any home health care needs, look up ProCare Home Care. They're a great Black-owned business.
Well, all right. ProCare.
I'll do mine when we go to the main topic.
Okay.
I'm going to give a shout out to Urban Revival. Urban Revival is a media company. They do any type of branding, so any type of graphic designs, photo shoots, wonderful photographers, videographers, very, very good, solid company. They are actually travel across the country to take care of your needs. They're online, they're virtual, so if you are in any need of any type of graphic design, t-shirts, flyers, logos, websites, all that kind of stuff, reach out to Urban Revival. Great company.
Cool.
All right, back in. What's the next?
You ready for the main topic?
Yeah.
Because we can tie it in.
Yeah.
So this next segment, main topic, our sponsor is Southern Best Catering,
Hey.
OMG Cakes,
Yes.
Felicia Guimont.
She will be a feature at the luncheon on Saturday. She's actually a sponsor.
She's a sponsor of the luncheon. So holler at her on Facebook, and you better get her because she's like transitioning to be a model now. She's less cooking and more, unless she's modeling in the kitchen.
And I've had her food. It is delicious.
It is.
Yeah, so
oh my God,
if you wanna be a sponsor of this show, just hit one of us up. You can actually come on and get your brand out there. Sit in with us on a Tuesday. And one thing I want to say is one of the biggest issues that our people as business owners have is we don't want to pay to market our businesses, and I don't understand that. Sometimes you just got to pay to get your business out there.
And rightfully so.
Like that's how these corporations make these millions and trillions. They pay. You know, we don't have that sort of money. All of us don't. I'm just saying. They're going to pay to put that image on that TV screen.
Right, on that
So
billboard,
when
wherever.
you're thinking, man, I want a soda, or oh, Pepsi. Pepsi's going to pop in your mind because you see Pepsi commercials.
The images
Or
all
Coke.
over
It's
the
the
place.
images. So if
Branding.
you got a business, you got to invest. If you don't invest in your business, who else is?
That's right.
You know, you got to put money into marketing, promotions, whatever. T-shirts, business cards, CDs, posters, whatever. You got to
Right.
put money so people can,
Know who you are.
yeah, they can know who you are. So that's just my little tidbit for.
And you're also supporting another Black-owned business when you do that. And that is
Correct.
how we keep the money flowing.
And you have to purposely, and this is leading right into the next segment when we're talking about who's winning. We're going to talk about who's winning economically. Are we winning? We're going to talk about financially, education-wise. So we about to hit that. But that you got to purposely say, I am going to spend my money with this business.
That's right. That's right.
Like, I personally say, if I am going to, when I was eating chicken, I'll purposely say I'm going to one of these spots. Even though I may like, was liking chicken from that spot or barbecue over there, I'm purposely saying I'm going to Evans Barbecue or Smoky Joe's.
And it is important.
You just gotta do it.
It's so very important.
You gotta
that
do
is
that.
the longevity.
When you can't do it all the time, but when you can, you gotta make that a priority.
But you shouldn't feel bad about supporting your own. I don't know if anybody do.
Some people do.
You shouldn't feel bad about supporting people who look like you, because every other nationality does this. Except the only difference is that we as black people have to tell people to do it. You know what I mean? They don't have to do it. They don't have to tell anybody. It's already understood. Because when I was renting a house, I had some Chinese. I'm just gonna say they Chinese because I don't really know the difference. Okay, so
Just
I
say
had
Asian then.
But I get confused. But anyway,
Asia covers everybody.
I know. Okay, so I had an Asian landlord, and every time I needed something fixed, they always sent like the guy to come fix the air conditioning unit. He was Asian.
I ain't mad
the
at
guy
him.
that could, they like fix the come get the bee infestation down. He was Asian. Like every time I turned around,
I'm not mad at him.
they sent an Asian person. You know what I mean? And I don't have a problem with that, because I understand that. When you go and solicit, Mexican restaurants or stores, the majority of those people that are in there are Hispanic. So because they support each other in everything. So we need to be like that. We need to get to a point to where we don't have to tell people to support people that look like you. But you know what I mean? We just need to. It needs to be automatic.
And I think we need to take it way more serious than we do. And again, going into this next segment of are we winning or losing? Let's just start off with economics, because honestly, we not. This is so start off how you want to do your.
No, go ahead.
So we doing. Are we winning or losing? So the first one is economics. I'll start. My opinion is we are losing. And the reason, in my opinion, the primary reason we're losing, because we have to keep having conversations like this. We have to keep telling each other how important it is to support people who look like you. So how can we win if we don't even digest the importance of sustaining our communities as a whole? And our people as a whole. Like, you have to live on purpose. So, for example, we have a social group called Let's Break Bread. We went to like 4 different places already, and there was such little support for people to come out. Y'all go out to eat anyway. So why can't we go out to eat and support these black-owned restaurants as a group so they can feel the benefit of when we come out? We want to see our places last and have longevity and all of that, but we don't understand that this is how we survive, and this is how Brick House has been around for 6 years. Unfortunately, that's a long time in the business. 6 years. That's a long time for a club, lounge, restaurant spot to last. Why? Because we need to learn how to do better business, and we need to support each other. Okay.
And we don't. And I totally get, like, you're gonna have people who say, well, black businesses, customer service. The customer service is this, or I might go and they don't have this or they don't have that. But here's the vicious cycle, because I'm on both sides. I support, and I am one. The vicious cycle is, and this is how the other businesses they made it, and we didn't make it. There was a time when, let's say, you supported a Sears or whoever. Their customers would go into Sears when they had few supplies of, and they may not have had what you wanted when they went in, or there was a hole over here or ceiling tile missing. People didn't care about that. They were like, okay, let me know when you get it. We still gonna spend our money with you. And they just kept going back until those businesses were able to turn into these huge, corporations.
Powerhouses.
Yeah, but with us, if you go in and
It's like
I
we waiting on
swear,
each other
it's
to
people,
fail.
it's people come into not all people, but there are people who come into black businesses with the expectations of getting Taj Mahal treatment, which is cool for your money. You deserve that. But when you go into the other business, you lower your standards. For example, you may get bad customer service, where that's not how the business operates. You just had bad customer service
That night.
Your ticket got lost, or your server was not on her job that night. When you go to McDonald's and you get bad service, you don't stop going to McDonald's.
And you're not finna post it on all of your social media.
And the whole staff will be black. You just go to the next McDonald's, or you're gonna go to Burger King. You don't say, I ain't going to no McDonald's, I ain't going to no white businesses. Those were black employees who, where you got a bad experience, but you don't stop
You're not
going.
trashing them.
You don't stop going to white businesses. You just may stop going to that one. So my point is, we gotta purposely say, and you have a problem in the restaurant, you paying your money, you need to tell management. If you consistently have problems, stop going. I get that part, but you can't just say.
That's why I don't do business with black folks.
Yeah, you can't do
I
that.
can't stand
And
that
I understand
statement.
every black
I hate
person
that statement.
shouldn't be in business. I do understand.
And it's people in every nationality.
Yeah, that probably shouldn't
But
be.
we are just too hard on our own, and I
Well,
see it all the time.
let me tell
Like
you something.
unreasonable requests, and you go in looking for a reason to, and that's just not cool.
But when you go into some Asian places, like me personally, I think like when you go into an Asian hair store or Asian restaurant, sometimes they can be rude. Well, to me, it feels like they're being rude, but it could just be their personality, their way. But
Culture,
because
like
the
Africans,
culture,
people dismiss them, and it's just you don't understand the culture.
But you still go back.
Still keep going
You
back.
still buy
I ain't never understood
young
that.
or what? You know what I'm saying? Like
And they
you
following you
still-
around the store and
Right.
trying to see if you're gonna steal something. And
Right,
And
but
we
you
still
still
keep
go
going
and
back.
patronize those people. I think as far as economics is concerned, I was thinking about that, and I'm not really. I can't say whether we're winning or losing, because I do see where a lot of black people are taking advantage of the free enterprise system, and so they're opening up businesses, but. A lot of black businesses don't last after maybe a year to 3 years.
It's several reasons for that.
Yeah, and I know
Some of us don't have business training. Like, I have an associate's in business management, so I know a little bit about businesses and budgets. A lot of us don't, but we still trying to, just like a lot of the businesses that started back in the day, they didn't have college degrees. They opened businesses and they had a product, and people supported them no matter what. Like, they just supported them through hard times, and they were able to get better. But a lot of our people won't support us because it's just convenient to go somewhere else. And to be honest, we can't really compete with corporate. We just corporations. They got too much money. They pay a fraction of what we have to pay for products, and we just can't really compete. So if our people don't purposely say, we gotta support you, we won't. That's why a lot of black businesses close, because people gotta. It seems like our people just got comfortable being wined and dined in a way that a lot of our businesses can't do it, because we can't afford to have sway.
I don't think it's just
trying
that,
to
though.
assimilate.
I don't think it's just that. I think, unfortunately, and I really even hate admitting this, it's a few different things that I see. I think a lot of people in our communities are still dealing with Willie Lynch. Like, we don't know how to support each other because everybody wants to be the person. So instead of us coming together to work together, I don't want to come work for you. I'll go open my own. But why? Instead of come and help you to be the best business that you could be, and you can in turn help me be the best business I could be on the other side. Why can't we work together like that? But we are trained to
you can't. But
almost be haters towards each other.
I have disagreed with somebody who wants to open a business. I think that's a good thing.
I'm not saying
but
that's a
I
problem.
think when they do, like, it shouldn't be a competition. Like, I don't have any competition. It ain't a club out there I'm competing with. I really don't. Like, I'm happy that people just come out and just support any. I don't care which black club, restaurant you
I'm
go
saying.
to. Go. Just go to one. It
But
ain't got to be mine. I
But
don't
this
care.
is what I'm saying. I'm
like,
saying
so just support somebody.
I'm saying that we really do, for real, have to get the importance of working together, though, honestly, because that's how, if we look at models that sustain and that work and that last, that's how they do it. That's how Asians do it. That's how the Latinos do it. They will live in one house and they will launch people into their own businesses, and they support this business. They get it up and then running, because I've watched it, I've studied it, did research on it. They will get this business up and running, and they take that money from that business and start another one. And then this is different family members, but they know how to work together. It's so few black people that really understand the importance of working together. And that's why, if our ancestors were able to sustain, that is the village concept. And I know I talk about that all the time, but that's when we were at our strongest, when we understood how to work together, and we struggle with that.
I feel like the reason why other nationalities are able to work together because they are of one culture. And I feel like back in the day when black people were able to work together, we were of one culture. And I think now, since integration, a lot of us have tried to assimilate to white culture and other culture. You know, a lot of people are trying to, get back in touch with their African roots. So I think that here in America, there are like subcultures within the African culture or within the black American culture. Mm-hmm. And so because we are of different cultures, we're not of like mind. So we don't have that one thing that we can that we can all agree on, because like even all three of us have different opinions, right? But that's because you grew up in Milwaukee, I grew up in Georgia, you grew up in Dallas, right? So our upbringing is different, our culture is different.
But that's everybody. You got Mexicans that grew up in three different cities.
You got Tex-Mex and you got old school mix.
Yes, you do. But but a lot of Mexicans in Texas, mm-hmm. their grandparents or their parents, or the children, they go back to Mexico. That's their root. They are all of one culture, even though they are developing and establishing this American culture, but their roots mm-hmm. is Mexico. That's like they go back, they mm-hmm. visit that. They're saturated in that. Mm-hmm. Even those that are in California, like they always go back. Even Africans,
I agree with that.
That come from Africa, they are attached. You know what I'm saying, to their culture now.
I know what you're
in
saying.
America, because Africans come from many different countries, right? But in America, they all kind of are cohesive in America because, they all understand that they're African. Or I don't know what the understanding is. Mm-hmm. But to me, it just seems like black people in America just have different, like we have different mind, like we have the educated black people, those with their PhDs and masters that probably got hot in corporate America. That's a whole different culture. Then we have those that come from the streets or come from drug life or or just maybe a some type of distressed environment. Then you have this middle class family, which is a whole different culture where they may do a little bit of this and a little bit of this, but they're trying to have some type of stability in their life. Like there's just so many different cultures.
I agree to an extent. I agree that we don't have the foundation from, let's
That's
just say,
what it is,
Africa.
the foundation.
However, at some point, we can still choose to tap into what we do have in common, which is the melanin in our skin. We can still say, okay, I can support, because you're going to have that in any culture. You have Asians that are PhD masters that have that lifestyle. You have Asians that came from Vietnam that are really just trying to make it. They grew up extremely poor.
But what is their belief system?
I understand that, but what I'm saying is I think at some point, because it's always going to be like that, but at some point there has to be a great migration of individuals that say, okay, we are way behind. And in order for us to make it, we need to put all of this together and figure out how we can support each other and how we can, and it may take, you can have little cell groups. You can have a pocket of people over here, a pocket over there, but the mindset is the same. And that mindset is we have to support our own.
But we don't, because because when I look at the conscious community, right, which is this whole different group of black people that think, you know, that are woke per se. And then you have,
I don't know, to me that
I'm saying that just for the sake of this conversation, because that's a whole, you know what I'm saying, that's a whole nother topic. But, you know, just for the sake of this conversation, we have a conscious community of black people that think totally different from
mainstream.
Yes.
But
so how do those two groups come together?
here's my point. Whether you conscious, you got a degree, you selling dope, you just got out the pen, you live with your mama, we all gotta eat. We all, you know what I'm saying? We all gotta wear clothes.
So let's eat at that restaurant. Can't we say, let's buy clothes from that person.
Every now and then, like, because I know there are no black Mexican restaurants. So if you want Mexican food, where?
We will put together a less.
Thank you, because I don't know any that's totally black owned.
It is a black owned Mexican restaurant,
and I will go there as soon as I find out. Now you have people who are partner. My point is, you got to purposely say, okay, I'm going to support when I can. Like, direct your dollars at this place.
On purpose.
Like, you got to purposely direct your dollars.
Our future really does depend on it.
It really does. And this comment, like, Damascus left, and it is what I've been thinking for the longest, and I've been saying. He's saying other cultures see there is money in serving people in the United States, and they would tuck their pride and get paid for the dirty work blacks did for free. So blacks should have been the first up to the dirty work, serve and be paid for it. But we don't want to serve no one. We only want to be served. And I have been thinking that for a while. I tell Lotus all the time. Somewhere along the line, our people
got too good.
have become embarrassed by serving or doing manual labor.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be a star.
Dog. Yep.
And
there's so much honor in
there's so
serving.
much honor in working and sweeping and mopping. You
or
are
just
not
making somebody feel good.
Just serving is I'm telling you, you gotta serve to get to where you're going. And it's somebody told us, oh, you serving, you working, you're a waitress, you a bus boy, you a janitor. Do you know how many people are making so much money?
Well, I do.
Making so much money just serving others, and our people frown down upon. Like, we need in our communities more builders, construction workers. Ain't nothing wrong with doing construction work if you ain't doing nothing better. I ain't saying you gotta be a construction worker, but we got a lot of people who are doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because to do construction work, to sweep, to mop, to take an order, to serve somebody their food, that's beneath them. And our race, to me, seems to be the only one that's affected by that.
Now, I can say, I will say this, like, now, I do think that might be a mental thing with black folks because we have been treated a certain way and we don't want to be associated with being the mammy, the nanny, the janitor, because we were treated like that regardless of and
but
the boy
people are paying to do it now.
But I kind of agree with Lotus there because I remember I was
So
at
where does
Dillard's.
that get us?
No, look, I was at
Well,
Dillard's.
I have both sides to that though.
Okay.
Let me just finish my statement, then you can jump in. I agree with both sides to that. I think that a servant leader is the most powerful leader that there is, and it doesn't matter what level you're at. Because in all honesty, I personally think everybody in the building is equally important. It doesn't matter because let's just use a restaurant. If we don't have no servers, it doesn't make any difference. If we don't have any cooks, we don't have any food to give you. If we don't have a busboy, we don't have any clean dishes to serve you on. If we don't have a manager, we don't know how to keep order in the building. If we don't have, the customers are equally important, but I don't think the customers are any more important than the staff either. I just think everybody needs to see the value in everybody, and we don't have to look down on different roles because they're all equally important. It's just a different role. I can't do my job without this individual doing their job. I don't even have a job to do if this person don't do their job. But the flip side of that is I do think because we have been at the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the totem pole for so long, that we have gotten to a point where I don't want to be associated with that slave mentality. And it's not slave mentality, but that's how people view it. They view it as, I want to be the boss. I don't want to have people always telling me what to do and pick up this and clean that. And so that's where they are mentally. Well, now you can. I just wanted to finish my point.
Let me ask it. So, who has ever been mistaken for like a worker at a store or a restaurant or something
I
like
have.
that? Right. And so, why do you think that was?
Because I was working, because I was sweeping, wiping off a table, picking up trash.
Different. That's an honest
Well, okay,
mistake.
maybe I misunderstood.
Yeah, maybe
What you
because
mean?
I just know that a couple of times, and I
Ask your
remember
question again.
who ever been mistaken as like a worker in a store, like a Walmart. Or
So
something.
even
mean
if
you
you don't
mean
work
being
there,
a customer?
Like
and
yeah,
you been?
you're a customer, but
I
someone
was the other day.
mistaking you as a worker. And why
I
do
was
you
the
think
other
that
day.
is?
I did that last night.
No, because I was black.
I mean, do you honestly feel like it was because you was black?
I don't know, but I was walking around the car dealership and a dude asked me, "Hey man,
I
you
did
know
that yesterday.
something about, I'm like, man, I don't work here."
And you said you accidentally mistaken somebody to be an employee. Why?
I'm ashamed but I'm so honest. Because she was a Latina chick with a black T-shirt on it. So I was like, do I see myself? Or she looked like the rest of them.
In uniform.
I mean, she just looked like she worked there. I had no reason to think that, but she looked like she worked there. I apologized. I even, I felt a little bad because I just assumed.
Yeah,
And she was like, I'm here just like you are. Wait.
that's right.
I was ashamed.
But people do that all the time because when you said that black people don't want to be associated with, I guess, jobs or positions like that, like that happens all the time. Like I was in Dillard's and I had on an army coat. Like just a regular army coat. It's late. I'm trying to get out the door because they closing. And then I held the door open for an elderly white lady because I'm just being nice. And she was like, "Oh, thank you," and something. And then I was like, "Yeah, it's really cold out here," or something. And she was like, "Oh," like she had to let me know that she thought I worked there. And clearly I don't work there. So immediately, because she was elderly and white, I thought that she thought that I worked there because I was black. You know what I mean? But my clothes didn't suggest it. So my point is that, like, I don't want to be, assumed to work at Dillard's as a sales rep or whatever. Like, that's not what I do. You know what I mean? So it's kind of offensive.
So you offended by people thinking that you would work at Dillard's?
I'm offended not so much as by Dillard's, but by the position.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Because when you said that, it just made me think about that. Or even if they thought that.
So the position of like a sales rep would offend you? Like, I ain't no sales rep.
Now, what's wrong with being a sales
There's
rep?
nothing wrong with being a sales rep.
Well, why are you offended by that?
I'm just offended
I'm
because
just trying to get a clear
it's more
understanding.
so because I felt like she did that because I was young and black.
Okay.
That
You know
she
what I'm
just
saying?
might
Yeah,
assume
that
that
she
she-
just assumed that.
That she and she didn't use context clues. Like my clothes does not signify that I worked there.
I never understood why you thought she thought you worked there.
Because I said something about it being cold outside or something like that, and then she started apologizing because she thought that I worked there, like I was holding the door.
Like you was a
open.
door lady.
Yeah. So you just had to rub it in, right? But I think that's how all black people feel. Like it's not so much. Well, for me in that particular instance, it's not so much as, oh, I just work at Dillard's. It's just the thought because she was elderly and that she was white. So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, you come from this time period. You know what I mean? Like that's
So you pretty much stereotyped her after she stereotyped you.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess we
get
both
it.
was wrong.
Let me
huh?
just say this, and we'll go on to the next.
Yeah,
whatever.
'cause-
But I just want to say this. Just from looking at how much money we spent going to see Black Panther as a race, just think about how we could really get some act right if we just say, you ain't getting our money no more till you do this.
Man.
You ain't getting our money no more till you. Just imagine, people don't believe how much
powerful
power
that
we
dollar
actually
is.
have. I personally have boycotts against certain restaurants in Dallas, and some people know you know, what the restaurant are, because we are 50, 60, sometimes 70% of their crowd and spending our money with them, and they do not hire people who look like us.
No.
Period.
No.
Have never and never we and when somebody comes and says, "Oh, they hiring black people," and it ain't because I think you should hire anybody who's qualified. You know, because we talking about Mexican restaurant. You don't the menus are in English, so it ain't like you got to know how to speak Spanish. Your customers speak English. Not all of them, but it ain't a requirement that Spanish is a part of, you know, the culture of the restaurant or the restaurant.
Okay, now I gotta say this.
So I ain't going to these restaurants and my people are breaking down the doors to spend their money in these Mexican restaurants, and they do not hire blacks. They don't care what happens.
You have a diverse staff. You do.
Yes.
I mean, you hire who comes to the door.
Whoever want to work, they can
but
get a
mostly
job.
it's black folks because that's just normal.
Right.
Because it's a black establishment. So put that on the table. I get that. But in all honesty, I would probably hire, if I had a choice between a black or anybody else, and they are equally qualified, I'm probably going to hire the black person. I just probably am. Now, I totally understand what you're saying.
Fine, but
that's what they. So you don't think that they're doing the same thing?
What's our customer base? If their customer base is 70 and 80% black, don't you think that should change something?
I agree, but I'm just saying because I get it. I get it with the boycott and that.
Or we are stupid because we
going.
keep giving these people
You
all
know
our
what?
money and they won't hire us.
See, and I kind of look. If I go into a Mexican restaurant, because I like Mexican food, I like authentic Mexican food. So I'm thinking like I really don't care. I do care if the person who cooks the food know how to cook their food. You know what I mean? Like I don't like I don't want
a recipe is a recipe.
No, it's not.
You can go into a Chinese restaurant and most of the cooks gonna be Hispanic.
Why you think we got Tex-Mex?
Listen,
no.
You can go into a Chinese restaurant and most of the cooks will be Hispanic.
In Panda Express, they got a bunch of Hispanic people. But
and that's not Asian.
But that's not real Asian food. I'm talking about authentic Mexican food. I don't want no soul taco from no soul brother. You know what I'm saying? I want real Mexican tacos.
You're assuming that the person who is the cook doesn't know how to
Everybody can't fry chicken, Daryl.
Okay, so look.
The only thing to frying chicken is what do you batter this chicken with, and how long does this chicken need to be in that grease? You don't have to be a race.
But
you think people can't fry chicken?
Do you think
other races can't fry chicken?
I do. I'm not saying that you can't learn how to do it, but
it's a recipe to any restaurant. It ain't like you gonna go in there saying
there is some barbecue joints.
Recipes,
if you're not old and country, your barbecue may not taste good.
I just want to know how long y'all think we should let this go. Just let them flow, or should we jump in here and shut this down?
Because she's not making any sense.
You're not making sense.
Okay,
I am. You cannot walk into a restaurant and just do your own recipe. So it don't matter if you're
I feel like
Asian,
I'm jumping double dutch.
If you're Asian, black, Hispanic. If you go in a business as a cook, they gonna say, "Here's our recipe. Can you do this?" If they need a cook, they
it better taste like what I want.
Okay, so here's the thing. Both of y'all, I get it. And I know I'm always trying to find a middle ground. Listen. Okay, go ahead. Finish.
No, I was going to say, it ain't no middle ground if I keep going and spending my money in this company and I am the majority of their customers and they refuse to hire somebody who looks like me. I look stupid if you ask me.
So what if I go in a place if I go in a Mexican restaurant and it's majority Hispanic people and only a few of me? Like can I still spend if their customer base is majority Hispanic?
That ain't the point.
I know what your point is. I'm just asking a question.
What's your question?
I just think that if I want authentic Mexican food, I want to go to.
What that got to do with the staff? They not cooking the food. This
is what I was gonna say. Really, a good restaurant, it really shouldn't matter who is behind, because when that head chef puts out the recipe, everybody should be able to follow that recipe. So y'all shouldn't know. And nobody should know if like our brick house. That's where I work. That's all I can compare it to. If our head chef is not there, nobody really should know the difference because there's one recipe.
Yeah.
So people shouldn't be coming in saying who cooking tonight or who in the kitchen tonight because the food is consistent and it tastes the same. That is based on a recipe, and that is not color based.
And that's cool. That's cool if you got a brother in the Mexican restaurant and he making Mexican tacos and they authentic. I'm cool with that. But what I'm saying,
He
sometimes
can't go in there with his own recipe.
Sometimes people have specialties. You know what I mean? Like soul food restaurants. I'm not finna go in no white restaurant and they talking about soul food. I'm just not gonna do it. Simply because I don't believe that that's real soul food. Because I know what soul food tastes like. I'm just not gonna do that, Daryl.
But that's not my point.
I know what your point
That is not my point at all. My point is, when are we going to place our dollars in? Like, I go to Mexican restaurants who don't have to be owned by blacks. But you got some black people in there. I ain't got no problem spending because
I get you too, Lotus. Yes, and Felicia.
You can't just be the majority of somebody else's crowd and making them rich, and they won't even hire your people. You just can't do that.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next one.
All
and
right.
For the record, Damascus, that's Darius that come on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the next one?
We can do either education or
we had education,
justice. Let's
health,
do justice.
Oh, we
no,
know.
we already know. No. So what y'all want to do? Education or
is cool.
community? Or is that the same as what we just talked about?
I think we are winning in education.
Women are. Black women are.
How
Black
so?
men are too.
How so?
I mean, there's a lot of people that are a lot of black people that are going to college now. Now, I'm not saying when they get out of college, you know.
Is that your way of saying, Lotus, don't tell us your story again?
No, that is not my way.
But see, you confusing education with college, and I don't see education having to be college.
What
Education could be you have a trade. You've gone to school to be a mechanic.
Oh, well, that's still college.
No.
Oh, okay, it's a
college.
trade. Okay, trade school. It's schooling.
I'm saying being
It's considered higher education.
I'm saying being educated,
Higher education.
not necessarily
education
college.
so are we talking just post?
We're talking
school
about
or just education, period?
We're talking about you getting some sort of formal education. It ain't got to be a degree.
Higher education.
Yes.
I've clearly learned that y'all kind of kicked me out of the back of the berry.
No, he did not.
So I'm gonna put mine out there and I'm gonna fall back and let y'all battle. I think we're losing because if we look at like the foundation of education, which is our children, just that basic level is not. We're not winning. And the reason that I say that is because our schools are not equipped with the same tools. They're not. They don't have the same learning utensils, books, and laptops going home with the children. They don't have it. They don't have the same communication system as the schools that are primarily white schools. They don't. So no, I don't even got to go to higher education. If we just talk about foundational level, no, we're not winning. That's my opinion.
What you think?
On the foundation, as far as like grade school, high school, on that level, yeah, I don't think we're winning on that level. But I do think that higher education, as far as higher education is concerned, we do have a lot of black children or people or whatever seeking higher education and actually graduating or seeking some type of trade. Like I do see that, and it may be more women, but the men are creeping up too.
I do think,
Where do you get your stats from?
Social media. Yeah,
And that's the problem.
No, it's not.
That you're getting your stats from social media.
That is not.
You should be getting your stats.
People get their news from
some.
social. You would not sit up here and attack me.
No, I'm saying you should be getting your stats from.
Felicia, you need to come sit in the studio with us.
So what do you think, Daryl?
You can't go on social media and say, well, social media said black men are just as educated.
Well,
as
it's not
everybody
just
else
social media. It's really kind of like my environment. So the people that I see on a regular basis, just people in my environment. In addition to social, I see people graduating from college, being doctors and lawyers and all these types of things. I see students who are going off to college and they already have their plan in motion of what they want to do.
Yeah.
When they go to that's where now I haven't looked online and looked at any statistics or anything like that. But just from my environment.
My opinion is
winning or losing.
I actually think the black female is winning when it comes to higher education. I think the black male is like you'll see more because it's just more people, but as percentages, it's not where it should be. And I don't just mean people going. I don't just mean people going to college. I just mean people getting some sort of higher education, as far as nursing training or mechanical aptitude training or correspondence and whatever. I think more of us, like I said earlier, are focused on being just famous. Like, for example, I think we want to be. I think a lot of us, not everybody, because people, we still have some people who are. I think a lot of us want to be here, but we don't want to do what it takes to get from here.
You really think that?
Yes, I do. I think our generations they just wanting to be famous.
What generation?
The generations that are
like the children that are in school now.
Children that are in school, children that are 20s, and some even in the 30s. I think we want to be here without doing the work that it takes or the time invested in college or training or whatever. I don't think we want to do the dirty work that it takes to get here. Like, some people look at me and like, oh yeah, you're on the club. I'm like, but bro, you don't know. I struggled my whole life. I've been like working. This just happened for me. And I worked my butt off to get where I am, and I still do. But everybody just wants to be here without having to do what it takes to get there.
I don't know, because I think a lot of people in the 70s and 80s were probably like that, born in the 70s and 80s. So that's, there's people like that are my age and a little older now. But I like a lot of the young people that I meet and talk to, like they have goals. They have plans. They're in early college. Like they're graduating from high school with 2 years of college. I see that. So that's why it's hard for me to understand. Like people are really thinking that they want to. Like they're already preparing for their future while they're in high school.
I think that's on both sides.
That's always been the case.
I think that's on both sides.
Since forever. People have been.
I think both of y'all are right. I think that we have a climate of individuals that are willing to grind and willing to do whatever it takes to reach their goals. And they don't necessarily do it the way we would do it, but they're still doing it their way. And they're still working hard and putting it in and doing whatever they need to do. But then we also have some that really feel entitled. And the ones who feel entitled are the dangerous ones because they're not. And they're going to find out later on in life that it's really not as easy as I thought it was. Like you just think you're supposed to be a star because you cute. So you're supposed to be a supermodel because somebody told you had pretty hair? Or just because you dark skin is in, or because light skin and light eyes, people still attracted to that, or you just assume
I think there's too much surface success. Like you gotta, no matter what you're doing, there has to be some sort of drive that you have.
What is surface success?
Surface success. Like I got this car. Look at my hair. I got the bundles. I got the look. I'm on social media.
Oh, it's like materialistic.
That's
type
surface
of.
success.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You're not really successful because you're not.
Facebook stars, people that think that they really got 5,000 friends because they got 5,000.
And a lot of people
walk out the door,
have
nobody
the
know
facade
you.
of just being there and have made it and haven't. There's no foundation. I mean, and I say that because I see kids, I deal with kids, I hire people, I hire young people, and the mentality is just
they don't got to put in. They don't put in.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them don't know how to put in the work. Like, whatever you want to be, you're just not going to wake up or graduate as that. It may not even happen in 10 years after you graduate. But you got to put in some work somewhere to get to where you're going. And if you don't have the work ethic, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do. It's just not going to happen. And I ain't talking about the exceptions to the rules. I'm talking about so many falling by the wayside because
I see that too.
They don't have the foundation, and when the world really slaps you in your face, you realize I ain't
You
got
just
nothing.
another pretty girl.
And I do
Or
see
you just
that.
another dude with
I do
swag.
see that in people, but I guess I just see more. I guess I had, because when I look at young people, I know that they have the ability to change the world, and especially the young people that I talk to on a regular basis. So when I look at them, I just think like, man. That
And
gonna
I
be
agree. I
amazing.
think now I do agree. I think most young people are smarter than us, more intelligent.
And not
But
just
it's one.
because,
But the major thing is that they're missing is the discipline and the character to put whatever they got going to use. Because no matter how smart and pretty you are, you got to have something in you that's going to make you. You know, you got to have that drive. You got to have
That's
the
your
ability
character.
to get down and dirty and do stuff that people don't. You know that this person ain't gonna do.
Success comes with at a price. It
Yes.
just does. It comes at a price, and it's not you wake up and because if you trying to be in the modeling industry, you wake up and you pretty, or you wake up and because you want to dance, you got a couple, you can imitate a couple Michael Jackson moves. That does not equal you gonna be a dancer for life. Or you a rapper because you wrote 5 songs that people kind of like the words to. Nah, everything takes work, and you got to be willing to invest in yourself, and that means you got to work. You got to put in whatever it is that you need to put in order to achieve the success that you're trying to get to. You need this in order to achieve the success that you're trying to get to. And most, I don't want to say most because I don't know. I hate making blanket statements like that.
You can say most. You ain't saying all.
But I don't know though. I don't know that it's most though. But I do see. I am concerned though with like people understanding that you got to be willing to put in what it takes to get there, and it builds character. And in all honesty, I was a different person before all of my experiences and my struggles, and I like me better now, to be honest, because it builds character when you go through something.
Yeah.
When you learn how to work for yourself and do what you got to do to take care of yourself, and you're willing to do not whatever within means, like it wasn't the easiest thing for me to have a master's degree and then clean tables that ain't the easiest thing.
Right.
But you put that pride on the shelf. And you do what
Sure
you got to do, and that makes that to me is success. When you know that you're the type of person that is willing to do what it takes to get what you want in life, that's success. It ain't got nothing to do with the dollar amount to me.
Right.
It's I set out to accomplish this goal, and regardless of what was put inside of me or put in front of me, I kept pushing until I reached that goal.
I think the biggest damage we're doing to further our goals or whatever they are is that we are afraid to make our kids work for something. It's like a lot of parents just refuse to allow their kids to struggle and learn and teach them, responsibility, and that is going to hurt in the long run because no matter what they decide to do, there's some struggle behind
And they're gonna have to
it, and
find
they're not
out from
gonna
somewhere.
they're not gonna know, how do I function when everything has gone against me for 6 months? That's when you figure out who you are.
Yeah.
When everything has gone bad. I've been in a situation where everything has gone bad for a year.
Everything.
That's when you figure out, okay, what am I made of? But if you don't have that foundation, you're gonna
find out what you made of
Yeah,
regardless.
right.
Either way, you're gonna
Yeah,
find out that
you
you
are.
made of good stock or not such good stock.
Right.
And I think we all have had some experiences that have shaped and molded our character. Because I know I've been through some stuff. I just try, and I've gotten more. That's what maturity comes in at. That's what it is. It's like it all of your experiences shapes your character. You mature. You grow and you learn and say, hey, I'm not going to do it this way. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pay my light bill this way. I'm not going to buy them shoes or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Right. So I think, it's like you've got some women who won't make their son take trash out, or he doesn't feel like washing the car, or he doesn't want to mow it's hot outside. He doesn't want to mow and I'm not going to make him mow the yard. It ain't about the yard. That's the problem we have. It's not about him mowing the yard. It is the character that he's building by having to get out when it's hot, do something
I
he
done
doesn't
came
want to
in
do.
from
That's
work
life.
at 3:00 in the morning and pissed off because that kitchen wasn't clean. Everybody getting up, and I'm going to bed.
Right.
And I
I
be
mean,
telling my
but we're
son,
losing
like,
we're
boy-
losing a lot of that. Like parents are losing
We are
a lot
losing
of
that because I'm not anything like I used to be. It is more catering, and because we went through this, and I feel bad because I
Yeah.
wasn't able to give them this, and I wasn't, and so I can see the shift in myself in allowing. Almost trying to justify certain behaviors and stuff like that. And that is a detriment to our children. And I
Right.
know I got to check myself on that, for
Right.
real.
Right.
I do that too.
Right.
Like,
different
I ain't gonna
reasons,
put his
but I do
business out
that.
there. I was gonna tell this story, but I
I do that too for different reasons, but you're right. We gotta let me tell you something. I saw this movie on Roxanne. Have y'all seen that movie? Go see it. It's a good movie.
Is it new? It's just out?
It's a Netflix. It's on Netflix. Roxanne. But anyway, it's about the singer Roxanne. You know that song, Roxanne.
Mhm.
I want to be. It's about her, so it's her story. But her mom in that movie was like just hella crazy. Like I loved her mom. Like she was just the truth. Like she was a real mama. Like she taught her daughter, or Shantae, hard lessons. And some stuff she didn't want to do, but she respected her mom and she did it. And then when she got fed up, she moved out the house, and that wasn't a good idea. You know what I mean?
she had to figure that out, though.
Yeah, she had to figure it out, and she was young. Like mamas, we need mamas like that.
But you know what's scary is to let them figure it out, and you be scared like, man, but what if
Something
they get
crazy
caught?
gonna happen.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
mean, that's life though. You can't protect people from life.
Yeah, but you don't want nothing crazy like
That's your-
Nobody
that's
like
your
does.
rape,
children, man.
like
Nobody
rape
does,
or death
but
or
that is
drugs
life.
or-
Like now, kids are so comfortable they don't want to leave the house.
It's hard.
I
listen,
couldn't wait.
Right, I
couldn't wait to
couldn't
turn 18 to get out. I'm like, man, I want to be grown. I want to, you know what I'm saying? It was like you're not gonna be comfortable just laying around here. You got like 18, go out there, figure it out, come back later if you fall on hard times. But now kids are just comfortable being at home, and where they're not being prepared to get out there and handle life, and it matters. Trust me, because life don't care who your mama is, and if you black, you definitely got to prepare them. I think you got to prepare your kids for a tough world if you are black, because like the caller was saying earlier, America don't care you a judge. You got a
You a black
PhD,
man.
you still black. So
Right.
you better
You a black
prepare your
woman.
kids for a rough America. That's my final take on that.
Let me see. We got some.
We got a lot of comments.
I hate having to put this.
Well, Felicia said we need more mentors and motivators. Daryl, you sound like a good candidate for that.
I'm already doing it solo, and I'm gonna do more. Trust me.
Okay, we good. Okay, did you have another one?
No.
That was the last one we're going to do
10-10.
tonight? Okay. All right, so that was a good conversation. Oh, next week. So shall we do announcements or then? Yeah, then wrap up. Because wrap up, we got to close out. So next week, you guys can tune in because all of the ladies that will be a part of the panel discussion will be in the studio with us. So make sure you watch the show because we're very excited.
Ooh.
Another thing that I do want to tell you guys about, this Friday we have a brunch. This is Edie's 20th. Is it her 20th anniversary?
At least.
Where she's been doing this brunch for women, and last year she did it at Brick House, and I was in awe. It was so beautiful. So it's just a time for us to come out and celebrate just our femininity and just bonding and sisterhood. So get involved in some of the things that are going on. Edie's, she has a Good Friday brunch every Good Friday. This year it's at Brick House. Last year it was at Brick House. It starts at 10. You can get your tickets online. Look at the Brick House BH Lounge page, and you'll see her flyer, and you can get the information and get your tickets. And that is for ladies. The following week, again, we want you guys to come out and support. It's our time. It's a luncheon, and that's for everybody, for men, women, children. Just bring the family, and let's celebrate. Just celebrate and have a good time, and something to tap into. And I want men to really hear some of the conversations that women have when you're not around, because that really helps you to learn and understand women better. So that's all I got to say on those things. Let's do our wrap up. Solar, what you got?
Ooh, we talked about so much. Let's see.
The police shootings.
You know what? One of the things that I wanted to say, because when I was researching Stephon Clark and you know what happened and what took place with him, what I saw in that is a difference in culture. Well, of course, there's always going to be a difference in culture, but the young man, what made me think about it is because his grandmother made a comment and said something about, I hope you didn't kill one of my grandsons, because my grandsons, you know, be in the backyard and they go, that's how we let them in the house, because the house so big that no one, you know, comes to the front door and there's a sign on the front door. And then I thought, wow, like, I don't know if other races of people do that, you know, but I know in my culture, you know, a lot of times we just go to, like, if it's family, they just go to the back door, because the back door is, you know what I mean? It's not, you know, it's just a thing that we do. And the fact that he was in the backyard and he was, you know, slain in his own backyard, and he was probably, you know, trying to get in the house because he called for his papa to come open the door, because his papa said, I heard somebody call my name. So to me, I just think that with the police force and the black community, like, you know, black people grow up learning that not to trust the police. You know what I mean? Black people who haven't even done anything wrong see the police and we just move around because we don't want no parts of the police, because every interaction with the police, whether you're guilty or innocent, always end up bad. And that Sacramento situation is proof of that. So black people just naturally don't have, you know, anything to do with the police. That's why men don't like it when women call the police on them. You know what I mean? Because there's always bad experiences. Whether you call the police yourself or whatever, like, there's always a bad experience. So I think there's like a huge cultural difference. And I don't know if some type of class need to be taught, or maybe they just need to, you know, be more, I don't know, hang around, you know, black people more, because I've seen 2 cops on social media where they post videos where they're interacting with the people in the community, and those cops seem to have they're more relaxed and more chill, I guess, you know, when they're in that community.
Yeah.
So it's either they spend a lot of time building relationships with black people in the community, or they grew up, you know what I'm saying, around black people, and so they have a better understanding of the culture. But I clearly see there's a huge culture divide, period. It just is. And I was thinking when you said we need to teach our children certain things, like, I don't know how we teach our children that, because culturally we learn to not fool with the police, period. That's what we do. So I don't know how, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know.
Okay. That's your wrap up?
Yeah, that's my wrap up.
Okay. What you got?
As far as the police shootings, I just don't want us to get caught up in thinking we're not seeing what we're actually seeing. We can't let these judges, juries, other cops tell us that what's happening ain't happening. Like, oh no, this happens to everybody. No, it does not. I don't care what anybody says. I ain't seen no it just does not. It happens to us. So we can't be fooled by people saying, well, no, you know, that's just what you see. Okay, that's just what we see. Show me something different. You know, show me something else. Because what I see is people getting away with being able to shoot up a school full of kids and always come out. If they're white, they just usually always come out.
Sandy
like
Hooks, they took them to get Burger King.
In cuffs. Like, some kind of way, this person just always seems to live after killing a bunch of people. And we got all of these black men and women just being shot and killed for no reason. So nobody's gonna tell me I ain't seeing what I'm seeing, because I know what I'm seeing, and I know I ain't crazy, and I got a brain of my own. So
You ain't crazy.
as far as and that just leads to me saying we gotta get more people in positions that matter. We just have to. It just starts steering these kids towards political science.
When you gonna run?
Running for,
When you gonna run?
I got a different. I don't know those.
Okay, go ahead.
I just have a different
Okay,
agenda.
go
You know what I'm
ahead,
saying?
Go ahead.
I'm there, but
I just think that you really
my
could.
my
Seriously.
agenda is different.
Seriously.
I mean, really.
I ain't even just making that up. But go ahead.
Okay. And I just think we gotta get these kids into just steering them towards careers that matter. Like, be a judge, be a cop. We need more black cops. Like, for real. Like, who's gonna, we need more people in these police academies that look like us. We need more judges, city councilmen. We need more of that, because that's where everything happens. Everything ends up in court. So if we have nobody in court who looks like us, represent us, who are judging these cases, we ain't got a chance, because America ain't gonna just do it alone. As far as economics, you got to purposely direct your dollars toward people who look like you, and we got to say it. Other places don't have to say it. They just do it. We just have to do it. And now everybody who has a business shouldn't be in business. So you just got to recognize when this is just a bad business versus, I had a bad experience. You can't have a bad experience in a place and say, I'm done with black business. So I ain't ever going. We'll never make it that way. So you got to purposely say, if I want our communities to flourish, I got to keep my money in the community. When I can, you got to purposely do that.
Yeah.
As far as education, we need to emphasize that you ain't got to go to college to be educated. Whatever for example, your son, if he needs to if he wants to be a rapper, take communication, take business courses, because you're gonna need, no matter what you're doing, you're gonna need to know how to manage your business. You're gonna need to know how to manage money. Take some finance courses, take some communications courses. You got to just be educated some sort of way, no matter what you're doing. Even if you are a dog, you scooping up dog poop for a living. You still got money coming in. You still got expenses. So you gotta be educated some sort of way. So I think we need to emphasize more education, not just college, but whatever field you decide to go into, be educated in that field. So that's it.
Okay. My wrap up is, as far as the police shootings, it's pretty the same thing. At first I was sitting here thinking, I was like, we have to really just teach our children specifically to just try to avoid the drama, but I can't even say that, because it's been people standing outside trying to get their hustle on, selling some CDs and cigarettes that got gunned down. And there's been people driving in the car with their fiance and, pulled over and got shot down and murdered, or the boy in his grandmama's backyard. So I can't say that, which is really, 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 really sad. But what I will say is, I think we cannot ever be quiet about it. For example, this movement that we see right now with these, specifically high school and these young people with the gun laws and stuff like that, it's cool and it looks good and it shows like the passion and all of that. But here's the thing. You got to stick with it. Like, you have to stick with it. You can't get comfortable. And that's the problem, is we get comfortable and we leave stuff without seeing the results that we need to see in order to not have to deal with the same situation. So when people get complacent, here's an example. This crap that we see going on in the White House, we cannot become accustomed to that.
Right.
Because then it becomes the norm.
Right.
So let's relate that to the shootings of black men or black people, period. You got to keep making noise. Every time it happens, you got to open up your mouth and say, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. And if we do that every time and we put it out there and everybody does it, eventually it really does change. But we cannot become comfortable and just be like, just let it fall off. It can't happen. So that's the thing on police brutality and killing and all that kind of stuff. Murder, which is what it is. As far as the economics, I say it every week. Buy black on purpose. Support your people. Quit, black folks, stop taking advantage of each other and not wanting. You want to be supported, but you don't support other people. Don't be like that. Look for ways to sow into other black businesses. And even if you don't have it financially, I get it, because sometimes I don't. But what I can do is share the information. I may not be able to go because I don't have the money. One night, y'all going out to eat, I may not have the money, but I can put it on my page, and this is what y'all doing, and I can share that restaurant with maybe 5,000 people, and out of that 5,000 people, if 5 go, I've done my job by spreading the word. So support black-owned businesses and stop looking for everything to just be handed over, and we're not willing to really invest in each other. Invest in yourself and invest in other people who look like you. And train your children to do the same thing. Let them see that you go to this specific place for whatever it is that you can get, for your books, for your toiletries. Let them see you on purpose going to black-owned establishments, because it will become a way of life for them. So that's for economics. As far as education, I would say education is endless, and I just can't even imagine not studying. I just can't. I prefer to study and read and learn stuff than to watch TVs and movies and all that kind of stuff. Educate yourself. To some people, even if it's on YouTube, don't just go on there looking at fight videos or booty shaking videos. You can learn a lot on YouTube. You can learn how to fix a car, change a tire, whatever it is. Educate yourself, and it doesn't hurt to put that certificate behind your name. It really doesn't. And it shows discipline. It shows people that this individual set out to accomplish a goal, and they accomplished it. Whether it is a course over a summer, whether it is an associate's degree, a bachelor's, a master's, a PhD, whatever it is, it shows discipline. The fact that you set out, you wanted to have, I want to be an expert in whatever it is that I do. So in order for me to do that, I need to learn from the experts. I need to be educated by people who already know. So when you want to be the best, you'll put in the work, and people will know that. And it shows. It really does. The old cliche, is it called a cliche? I don't know. But separating the boys from the men. That's really what that is. It's like when you're willing to make sacrifices for what you want, that's when you become an adult. So that's our time tonight on the Black of the Berry. We appreciate all of you guys hanging out. Darius and Felicia, y'all need to come sit at the table with us with all of them dang on comments y'all made. Yes. I couldn't have people with the conversation because I'm reading y'all comments. So y'all come hang out at the studio. You're more than welcome whenever you want to. But that's our time tonight. Holla at ya. Peace.
Peace.
I don't feel like you was telling people peace.
Who?
I want people to have peace.
Daryl. Say it, Daryl. You got time.
She's still